Eala bows out of Abu Dhabi Open singles tourney. Manila, Philippines. It's the end of the road for Alex Eala in the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open singles action. Eala suffered a drubbing at the hands of world number 11 Ekaterina Alexandrova, 3-6, 3-6, in the quarterfinal round of the WTA 500 event Thursday evening. Eala had a sluggish start and could not recover, going down 0-2 in the first set as she played catch-up. The victor will take on either Ludmila Samsonova or Hailey Baptiste in the semifinals. Eala will still play in the doubles action, as she teams up with Indonesia's Janice Chen. The duo will take on Zhang Shuai and Christina Buxa also on Thursday evening. After the Abu Dhabi Open, the Filipina will play in Doha for the Qatar TotalEnergies Open, which is headlined by IGA Swiatek. When the court falls quiet, Eala's Abu Dhabi chapter. The Abu Dhabi sun did not dim when Alex Eala walked off the court, but something softer did. The hum of possibility that lingers when a match still feels unfinished. The scoreboard was firm, unarguable, yet the moment itself resisted finality. This was not merely an exit from the Abu Dhabi Open singles draw. It was a pause in a longer sentence still being written. Eala stood briefly at the baseline, racket dangling loosely from her hand, eyes scanning a court that had offered both invitation and resistance. The hard surface bore the scuffs of effort, quick stops, sudden pivots, long rallies carved by intent rather than hesitation. She had fought for every inch, and the court knew it. Courts always do. Loss in tennis is a lonely thing. There are no teammates to shield you, no clock to run out. When the last point ends, it is just you, your opponent, and the quiet acknowledgement that today belongs to someone else. For Eala, bowing out of the Abu Dhabi Open singles tourney carried that familiar ache, but also something else, the unmistakable weight of growth. From the opening games, she played with her signature courage. Her left-handed forehand cut sharp angles, pulling her opponent wide, daring replies that required both speed and nerve. At moments, the rally rhythm bent to her will, the crowd leaning forward as if collectively holding its breath. These were flashes of the player she is becoming. Fearless, imaginative, unwilling to retreat even when the margins tighten. But tennis, especially at this level, is merciless in its precision. A missed first serve here, a forehand drifting long by inches, a second's hesitation punished by a clean winner. The Abu Dhabi Open did not allow indulgence, and Eala learned that lesson point by point. Momentum shifted quietly, almost politely, until it wasn't haze anymore. Still, there was no unraveling. That may be the most important part of this match. Even as the scoreline tilted away, Eala's body language spoke of resolve rather than defeat. She adjusted, experimented, pushed. She searched for solutions mid-rally, mid-set, mid-match. This is the mark of a player not content with survival, but obsessed with understanding. Loss, for her, is not an ending. It is a question. The Abu Dhabi Open is not just another stop on the calendar. It is a stage where rising talents are tested against experience, where promise is measured against pressure. For Eala, stepping onto that stage is itself a statement. She belongs in these conversations now. She belongs in these draws. And even when the result says exit, the performance whispers something more generous. As the final handshake came and went, there was no dramatics. Just respect. Just professionalism. The crowd's applause lingered a second longer than courtesy requires, as if recognizing effort even in defeat. Eala acknowledged it with a small nod, a gesture that felt less like goodbye and more like see you again. Because that is the truth of her journey. This loss will travel with her, not as a burden, but as a reference point. In future matches, in tighter moments, in deeper rounds yet to come, Abu Dhabi will resurface quietly in her memory. The way the court played under pressure, the way opportunities appear and vanish in seconds, the way belief must be carried even when the numbers argue otherwise. Young players often speak about learning from losses, but with Eala, it feels less like a cliché and more like a craft. Each tournament adds a layer. Each defeat sharpens an edge. She is building something patient and deliberate, match by match, city by city. The singles draw at the Abu Dhabi Open moves on without her name, as it must. Tennis is relentless that way. New matches begin. New stories take center court. But somewhere between the baseline and the tunnel, between the lost rally and the packed bag, Eala took something with her that doesn't show up on a result sheet. Confidence, tempered. Hunger, renewed. Perspective, earned. Bow out is the phrase the headlines will use. It sounds final. It sounds heavy. But for Alex Eala, Abu Dhabi is not a full stop.